Hey, what's going on, YouTube family and friends? This is Bear Brown. Thanks for coming to my garden channel today, where I'm here helping you grow something tasty. All right, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to soil prep for planting corn. All right, right behind me, this is the area where I will be planting corn. And as you can see, I have all my old collard greens plants right here. They already flowered. I had to cut the tops off because all the bees was getting in my way. But I'm gonna bring you in close to show you how I clear this before we get started with the soil prep. All right, so let's go. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to save as much soil as possible. I've already cleared this area. This is my Christmas tree mulch that I use. I'm gonna mulch this area back, but I wanna make sure that it doesn't go all into the soil. But if you look at the top layer of my soil, is breaking down rather nicely. It's keeping it all moist and black. All right, so I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna shake the roots real good because I want to try to save as much soil as possible. And then I will put this in my compost bin. If I had chickens, I would be feeding this to my chickens, but I can't get chickens because I got a HOA and they ain't going for that. All right, so I'm gonna move this mulch around one more time. Lift this up and shake all the soil out, trying to save as much as possible. And then discard it. So I'm gonna do the whole bed just like that. And then we'll be ready to start prepping for our corn that we're gonna get to grow in this bed this year, because last year I didn't get the corn to grow successfully, but I did a video on some of the mistakes. So if you haven't seen that video, check that out. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this and I'll see you shortly. All right. Hey, all right, I'm back. As you can see, I have all the collard greens cleared out the way. I'm getting ready to start fertilizing. And what I like to use for fertilizer is I like to use blood meal because it's a great source of nitrogen. And I also like to use this garden tone. It's a great all-around fertilizer. So these two things, you definitely want to make sure you get your nitrogen in. This is not going to burn the plants. All right, so I also am going old school. All right, so I dug a trench. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bury some fish in here. Now, the Native Americans, they used to, after they got finished with their fish scraps, they put it down in the soil and they plant corn over top of it. And so it's a great way to use all of the fish. You may not want to try it, but this is just another option. These two things work. So I'm gonna make sure I get as much nitrogen as I can because corn is a grass, it's a heavy feeder. So that's what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it's done. I ain't gonna try to gross you out, but I got the fish skin with the scales on it. I got the fish right here. Now, I probably won't have enough to do the whole bed, but over time I will. All right, get some more fish skin out there. All right, so you may say, what about raccoons or what about the neighborhood cats? And we do have a lot of cats out here. So what you wanna do, you wanna make sure you get garden lime. And I use the powder, the white powder like this. And once you lay that over the fish scraps in the raised bed, all you have to do now is cover it up, and that is going to cover up the smell, and you don't have to worry about anything digging up your fish or your fertilizer. So I want to make sure I cover it up pretty good. And what I'm going to do after I cover it up, there's going to be a couple things that I do. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I will take my blood meal gotta open it. I'm gonna broadcast it out over top, just like that. And then I'll take my garden tone as well, if I can get into it. Do the same thing over that area. And now I am going to mulch this area back. The mulch that I had on the bed. And once I get finished the entire bed, I will go ahead and layer the entire bed. Oh, but first, I'm gonna do one other thing. I'm gonna take my black cow over that area, and I'm just gonna layer it in, because you know over time your beds, the soil sinks in. I want to make sure I provide a top dressing over that, and then I will cover this with that mulch, and I'll work my way all the way down the entire bed. So this is my way of trying to make sure that I can get that nice backyard corn growing this year. And the variety of corn I'm going to be growing is sweet corn. And this is that Christmas tree mulch that I always get in January after they grind up all the Christmas trees. And this is some great stuff. It's going to break down, bring the worms in, and that's going to help my my plants thrive. But like I said, if you don't want to go that route and using fish, you may not eat fish, or some things that you can do if you know someone who goes fishing and likes to catch fish. After they get done with their fish, you can go to the local grocery store or butcher store, wherever they sell fish, and see if they wouldn't mind giving you the carcass, all the scraps, the fish heads. And so once again, all I do is make my trench, and I already marked out my my lines. My corn is going to be 10 inches apart. I know some people go 12 inches in a raised bed, but I was successful in the beginning of last year with 10 inches. It was all lush and green, but I stopped watering, and so that was my big mistake. So I'm gonna try it again, 10 inches apart, and see if I can get it done. So all I'm doing is making my trench so that I can get ready to plant or bury my fish. And here are some of the bones that haven't broken down for the last season. I did the same thing. I wasn't able to go all the way down the entire bed, but hopefully this year I'll have enough to go down the entire bed. And you know that the corn, the roots, they are nice and shallow, so I'm not gonna bury it way deep, because I want to make sure that the roots hit the broken down fish scraps. And also, when I get finished this, I'm gonna do the same thing and repeat the process all the way down. Now the mulch is going to be very, very crucial, because like I said, the root system is very shallow. You have shallow roots, so with the mulch, it's going to layer on top of it. It's going to hold in moisture, and it's going to keep my plants healthy. And all I have to do is come out on a regular schedule, give it enough water, something I didn't do last year, and then make sure that I provide nutrients all the way through the growing season. And I'm going to use fish fertilizer, liquid fish fertilizer, and I also made my own liquid fertilizer, and I did a couple videos about it. So if you want to learn how to make your own fertilizer, then I will attach that video. But this is my way of fertilizing my area, and I want to fertilize it a couple weeks before I even start planting. So that gives this time to break down. And I looked at Self-Sufficient Me. He does the same thing, not with the fish, but I've seen him use fish before. But he fertilizes his bed, and he puts mulch over the bed. And he says he waits about at least 3 weeks or even 3 months so that it rests. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna see how it turns out. All right, so this is Bear Brown. Thanks for watching my channel today, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.